Right, hello everybody. Hopefully you can hear and everything's working. No? I didn't realise what the time was, so I apologise. Starting a bit late again. Hello Laughter, hello Duncan Collects, hello Andrew W. Duncan Collects again. Hello. I don't know if you missed what I was saying just now. Hopefully everything is working. I can call you Andrew, not Andrew W, okay, as long as there's no other Andrews. So, can you hear? I might be off microphone, sorry, if I am. Is that better? Sorry about that, Laughter. Oh dear. Okay, so Jen Cease's volume is fine. Andrew, not Andrew W, Andrew, says yes, only that condition I can hear you. Was a little quiet. Better. Yeah, I was just slightly off microphone, I think. So, right, so before we start, I have to mention a couple of things. Because of various factors, including this coronavirus thing, COVID-19 or whatever you want to call it, I wasn't able to get all the coins that I was hoping to get today. And I'm not going to go into the details of why, but basically they couldn't get deliveries of some coins, so I don't know why. I don't know the full story, but that's what I was told. Anyway, luckily I was able to get some coins yesterday, Tuesday. I couldn't use on the Tuesday stream, so I've got some extra coins to make up. However, they're £2 coins, so we've got essentially, I'm not sure how many we've got now, 300? I think it's thereabouts, £300, not quite the full £500 of £2 coins. We've got some sealed coins, 50p's. We've got some unsealed £2, and we've got some more sealed 50p's. So I'll start with the way I normally do it, in that I'll start with the 50p's, the £2, and we'll go on to the 50p's. I don't need those yet because these are already open, unfortunately. So I really need to figure out a way of making the chat bigger. I just realised, why is it not even at 100%? No wonder I can't see it. I just realised the chat was at 90%, not even at 100% for some reason. Okay. So if I move that over there, I can actually see you now. So that's better. There we are. So Laughter says, was just a little quiet, better tar, so volume is okay here. Hey Jen, been spending again. spending, I think that's supposed to say. Yeah, spending even. Can you hear? Or can hear you, sorry. Not can you hear. Yes, a lot, laughter, says Jen. Totally broke now. Just spent all my money. Right, so that's that. So yeah, so also talking of COVID-19, coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, I did mention to the bank about it, and they did say that there was a possibility of having restrictions on coins going forward. So hopefully that's not going to be the case for a week or two. But who knows? We don't know what's going to happen in a week's time these days. So we'll start with the £2. These, as I said, are additional coins. Oops, let's put things in the right order. Get them set up. So this is the £2 coins. These are extra coins that I managed to get from my local bank Tuesday, and I thought I'd save them for today just in case I couldn't get any coins, and if I could I'd search them myself, but luckily I didn't because I couldn't get any coins today. So it's in life, it's all about timing, apparently, and I time things every time. I seem to time things wrong, because just as I turned up at the bank, they were getting a delivery of cash, and they said, well, no, we can't give any cash out until it's all been verified and signed off and all the rest of it, and that's going to take at least an hour. So anyway, by that time, of course, it was the bank would have been closed, so never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. So £280. It's not quite 300. I thought it was 300, but apparently it's only 280. Oh, I know why. I did actually took one of the bags out to get some extra change. So it was 300, but I did check to see if there was anything in there. There wasn't. So, right. So we'll start with this one, and see what we've got. Now, I might have to readjust the camera angle slightly, just very slightly, so I can get the angle of the camera correct. Oh, hang on, because it does help if I actually get the screen up. I'm looking at the live stream, because the live stream doesn't really tell me much. Dear. I really have to reorganize this live stream setup. It's not really ideal. Anyway, there we go. So we'll start with the £2, as I said. These are additional coins to the ones I was intending to get. So we'll see what we've got. Nothing so far. Oh, well, nothing in the first bag, obviously. I will check things like DDOs and the like to see if there's anything like that. Also found that there is oh, I was just talking about this coin. Now, I think there is an error on this coin as well, the Charles Dickens apparently there's doubled. Now I think this is mechanical doubling, but it's a doubled lettering on the obverse. Not the same. I don't think it's the same as the DDO coins from 2010, but there is a potential error, or whatever you like to call it, on this coin. But that's the first coin that we found, so it's not a I don't think, I just want to check now, because I think well, that's, I will check if it'll work, of course. Yeah, there's nothing on that one. But I think there is a potential error on some of those. Oh, and talking of errors, there's also a potential error on this one, which was pointed out earlier in the week, or last week, or whenever it was. But yeah, that one's a standard one. If it doesn't have the £2 under the Queen's head, it's a mule coin. Basically, when the wrong, in this case, obverse is used. Well, I suppose it could be the other way around, but anyway, yeah, the wrong obverse is used on the, or the die is used. So that's two potential errors, neither of which were, but they're right next to each other, which is weird. So that's the first two. It's Lord Kitchener and Charles Dickens. And what have I missed? Only three. Well, you hammered that lot out. What? A Blue Peter Gymnastics for £150. Well, that was unfortunate, or fortunate, depending on who you are, I suppose. Who needs help? Owen Dawkins says, what? I do. Not sure you can help, though. We all need help. Help! I need help. Oh, there's another one. There's Guy Fawkes, or Gunpowder Plot. I think there are probably quite a few of those I'm going to come across. Oh, I'm finding quite a few here. There's Marconi, wireless transmission. I always get it the wrong way around. Again, not above face value. And nothing else. The thumbnail says help required. Oh, is it? It did this to me on Tuesday. The thumbnail steals something. I don't know how it works anymore. The thumbnail, it says help. I don't know if I can change it. Oh, there's another. I'll have a look in a sec. I don't think I can change it though once the stream started. There's Charles Dickens again. Is this an error? No. It's very difficult for me to tell actually on these. That's the second one of those. Help required. Well, there may be help required anyway in future. Oh, I was gonna look at the oh, get sidetracked. Ooh, is that 2010? Oh no, 2000. Let's have a look. See if I can change anything on the thing. Probably can't, because it usually no, I don't think I can. The problem is, because I've blown up the where's it gone? Not sure where it's gone now. Oh dear. I don't think I can. It's blanked. It's blanked everything out, so I can't actually change anything. So I won't bother. You'll just have to struggle along with that, I think. Sorry about that. Oh dear. So I shouldn't mess about with these things once I've got everything set up. Got to do something for a bit. Might be back later. Says laughter. All right. Okay. Bored him already. No fines. Well, hopefully we'll find everything now, because if we do, you can tell Laughter he missed everything. Now, mind you, he just said that and we haven't found anything since, so hope that's not a sign of things to come. I can't remember how many bags we've gone through already. Never mind, we've got plenty of opportunities today. I'm not finding anything in any of those. Oh, that's a shiny one. Oh, I'm finding an awful lot of these, relatively speaking. There's a Charles Dickens again. Let's have a look, see if we've got a doubled. No, don't think so. Not doubled, is it? Trouble is, I can't tell. I'm too far away from the screen to be able to tell. So, but it's not obvious. Yeah. Well, these might not have been such a good load of coins. Oh, yes. Well, there's a find. That's the golden guinea. That's the first above face value. Not a spectacular find, it's just above face value. What, £2.50, £3 if you're lucky. But that's the first of the above face value coins today. Hopefully the first of many. Hopefully we'll find a few of the Commonwealth Games or something. But not necessarily in this bag, but perhaps in the next one. This is oh, two of them in the same bag. So there's a, not the right way, there's a DNA double helix. It's not above face value, unfortunately, but I like the design of it. And then there's a second. It's unusual to find two in the same bag, but apparently there was two in that one. One, two, oh yeah, so we've got three bags. We've got 3 bags to go. And this, then we've got some 50p's to do. So, not been that successful. But there's a Marconi wireless transmission, the usual dirty looking one. The second one of those there we found. Oh, and there's the abolition of the slave trade. As Christopher always says, this is the one for circulation rather than the one for the sets, the smooth background. Never found one of those. Don't think Christopher has actually. And there's a VE Day celebration at St Paul's. Another just face value coin. So hoping that we'll find some more above face value in this lot. I don't know. So not finding a great deal of coins, but found one above face value. Oh, oh, there's one. There's the one. That's the London Olympics, the celebration centenary of the 1908 London Olympics. It's 4 years before, of course, the London 2012 Olympics. So that was a fairly low minted coin. I think it was about $1 million. But that's the best find so far. And we've only got one bag to go, but that's definitely worth having. That's £3 or £4, I think. So the last bag of this extra set of coins. Oh, and there's another. Oh, there's a couple in there, bullets. That's another wireless transmission, Marconi wireless transmission. That one looks in better condition than the last two that we found. And there's another one, a Rugby World Cup 1999, which is also looking in good condition, considering, bearing in mind this is 21 years old. Good evening, Bow Selector. Gavin Eccles, boom, indeed. Andrew says good find. I think, oh, there's another one. All of a sudden, in the last couple of bags, we've been finding quite a few. There's the Trilithic, it's the, everybody calls it Stevenson's rocket, but, well, not everybody, but a few people call it Stevenson's rocket, but it's not, obviously. It's the steam engine Trilithic, so that's a nice find as well. Don't find it that often, even though it's supposed to be a common one these days. And that's the last of those coins. So Andrew says he's 21 years old. So that's the the best find, I think, of the hunt. The London Centenary, as you just saw. We only had a couple of above face value, but that one's the Golden Guinea as well. We didn't see any of the errors in the other coins. We only had 3 or 4, but that was a bonus £2 hunt, essentially. So that paid off for the London. I'll keep those to one side. The other ones I'll stick back. Actually, that one's in quite good condition, I think. I might keep that one to one side for the moment. I did look at that one, yep. What was the other one? Oh, no. Lost it. Anyway, those are the bonus coins that we did. I'll have another look later for coins that may or may not be. Oops, I've got my foot trapped. May or may not be worth something with the DDOs and things like that. So these are, well, for some reason this is an open bag, and I think both the 50p's are sealed bags, but for some reason, yeah, both, for some reason these are just got an open bag. So someone's ripped this open. I think what happened was they took some coins out and then put some back. So, but they are sealed individually, so hopefully that'll help. But what I'll need to do is, instead of trying to rip them out of the bag, I'll open the bag out. So we've got coins. Right. Put those there. So I'll just, since these are loose anyway, I'll just check that we've got the right number of bags. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've got the right number of bags. I'll keep them just off camera. Gavin Eccles says, have you ever found a fake commemorative £2 coin? Yes, I have. I found a couple of fake technologies. There's a couple. I find one every week. But yeah, up until recently I hadn't, I don't think. And I've forgotten what design it, what one it was now. But I have. Well, I think it hasn't been verified by the Royal Mint or anything, because that costs money now, but I'm pretty certain it is a fake. It's just a matter of how fake, as it were. Yeah, it's one I found, that's all though. So let's have a look at the 50p's then. Now, I haven't had much luck with the 50p's lately with in sealed bags, as you probably know, but I should have more luck than I did on Tuesday, because Tuesday was a bit of a skunk when it came to finding coins. There weren't any, basically, and that was slightly annoying, and and I apologise for anybody who was trying to watch me find a Kew Gardens, because there wasn't any. I think in one bag I found one coin, literally one commemorative coin, which, that's not a good thing, but that's a good thing. So we haven't got a skunk bag in this case. This is a Scouts 50p, and they seem to be in fairly decent condition really as well, these Scout coins, most often anyway. But that's a 2007, so it's quite an old coin, but it's not in bad condition for a 13-year-old coin. How is it? Yeah, 13. And there's a 2003 with that sort of, the start of that sort of cartwheel shine to it, that I mentioned before, but that's the only one in that bag. So I don't know, as I said, I haven't had much luck with these seal bags from this particular bank lately. I'm hoping that it's going to be different this week. Oops. Oh, I don't know what's happened to that one. We'll talk about toning on there. And you see the colours in that. It's not really showing up very well, but yeah, it's definitely toned. Oh, that one's not very clean either. I don't know what's been going on in this bag of coins. Now, of course, obviously with this virus going around, there was questions about whether or not people should coin hunt, and apparently there isn't any official advice about coin hunting, but coins in general. Apparently what you should do if you handle coins for any length of time during the day is just continuously wash your hands. So I think I heard somebody say wash your hands every 20 seconds, but I don't think that's quite right. I think they meant for 20 seconds frequently. So I'm not sure whether coin hunt, or coin roll hunting as the Americans call it, is safe or not. Oh dear, nothing in that one. What have I missed? I can see something. Found an Act of Union one the other week, stamped below Queen's Head, said IX. Stamped below. Oh, do you mean it's counter-stamped, Gavin? Snapdragon says it's not your fault. Well, no, I know it's not my fault, but I still feel responsible for not finding things. It's not as though I can go around looking at every coin, I know, but we're not having much luck again, are we, though? A few bags down, we've only... Oh well, never mind. Forget what I just said. There's a Paddington at the station. I quite like Paddington at the station, I must admit, but I do prefer Paddington at the well, actually I prefer him at the Palace, but I don't know. I'm not that fussed one way or the other, to be honest. My Paddington coins are probably not, well, they're not the oh, well, oh, of course it's not in focus. Will it focus? Yes, it will. Eventually. There we are. That's the first Olympic. There's the well, I always call it rowing, but obviously it's not rowing, it's canoeing. Because there is a rowing coin. I don't like this particular coin in terms of its design though, very much, because you can't actually see the design very well. You sort of lose the person in the splash of, you know, the river. What do they call it? White water rafting type effect. You can see at the top, because I think they put too much into it basically. I mean, it's probably a good design on paper, but in terms of on a coin, it is quite difficult to tell what's what. But if you look at the top, you can see the gate that the canoeist is going through, and there's the two lines that hang down to the side. That's how they go through the gates when they're driving, when they're coming down the river or whatever water they happen to be in. So anyway, that's the first Olympic. Let's move those up. Put those down there. So that's, I think I've had that one a couple of times recently though. Not as sought after as the weightlifting, the judo or the wrestling. So that's a good find. So I said we're not finding much, but yeah, we did find something there. Hopefully that's not the only thing that we find. So, ooh, there's another Sherlock. Another one, first one. Sherlock 2019 coin. That's unknown mintage, but I do keep those at the moment. So at least we know what the mintage is likely to be. Well, I'm not necessarily going to keep every one, only the best ones. So, oh, we've had a bit of luck. Hopefully we find some more. It's a shiny one, 2006 again. I notice certain years have certain shine to their coins. 2006 is one of those years. Oh, there's one. There's a Battle of Hastings, 1066. It's not massively above face value, but it is above face value. So what I'll do actually is I'll put that up there because we don't know about those yet. But that's probably a 75p coin on the 50p coin. No, nothing there. So, I don't know if anybody's been buying coins this week. There's quite a few coins been released, I think, this week. Oh, there's a dictionary. Not above face value, of course. I'm not finding a massive amount of coins, but just a second, I need to check something a minute. Not sure what happened there. Something went wrong with my computer. So I apologise if the thumbnails put people off today. I don't know what happened to the thumbnail. It seems to choose a random image. Oh, Duncan collects says, I'm waiting on the next dinosaur release. Yeah, well that's what's that? The 16th? I think that's 16th, or was it the 15th? Something like that. Monday, maybe. Oh, there's a Paddington at the Tower. Talking of the Tower of London seems to feature on a lot of coins lately. There's another released today, which I was, well, in the process, I'm still in the process of putting a video together for it, but yeah, there's another image of the White Tower, rather than the entire Tower of London, or the Towers of London. There's Paddington. Again, we don't know the mintage. Another toned, slightly filthy coin. Jim Bone, hello. Hello peeps, as he says. Hello Jim Bone. Yeah, so the next dinosaur is the one beginning with I, which I've forgotten already. I think that's due on Monday. Although the last one, oh, there's another Sherlock. Second one of those. Still don't know the mintage figures, unfortunately. What's going on with this filthy coins today? Oh, yay! There's a Paddington at the Cathedral. That's at St Paul's. So we've got one of each. So even Stevens. That's one of each of the Paddingtons. Well, for the 2019 Paddingtons. Not too. Yeah, I don't know. The trouble is these new coins are very shiny, and the camera doesn't like these shiny coins. So we'll have to see what we can do about that. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. Oh dear. Never mind. So what are we going to find? Are we going to find another Olympic? Perhaps not. Nothing in that one. As I said, it's been quite up and down with the number of finds recently. Hello, David. Hi all, he says, what I miss? I think you missed everything so far, David, if you haven't been here. I found a couple of decent finds in the first mini hunt for the £1. Sorry, the £2 coins. And I found a couple of decent finds for the 50p's. But I don't know if you know, if you want to rewind, if you like, and watch what I've already done, what I do is sometimes I actually rewind the YouTube live stream and watch it at double speed or speed and a half, so you can catch up. You can do that. You don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, but just to the last 10 minutes or whatever, so you can watch it again. I don't know if everybody knows that, but it is possible. Now it may not be, it depends on what browser you're using as well. I think if you're using Chrome, it's quite easy. I'm not so sure how easy it is on Firefox or any of the other browsers. So Norfolk Coin Hunt, good evening everyone, he says. Good evening Norfolk Coin Hunt. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to David as well, and everybody else who's here. Let's see what else we can find. But I'm a bit light on finds at the moment. Jim says he's got his first alphabet 10p in change, 2019 M. Helps if I look what I'm doing. Well, that's quite a feat, getting a A to Z in change. I don't think I've ever got an A to Z in change, to be honest. Even there's a Jeremy Fisher. It's surprisingly shiny as well. Got 2017 Beatrix Potter. There's Jeremy Fisher, or Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Not above face value, but strangely we've had a Jeremy Fisher but no Benjamin Bunny yet. A couple here. There's a dictionary, 2005, which has seen better days, as has this Team GB. Don't know what's going on with these two. That one looks like it's been buried or something in the ground for about well, it can't be a decade because it's only come out in 2016, but yeah, for a few years anyway. Not above face value either of those. So. Jim says, not that I'm collecting 10p's. Well, you are now, Jim. Unless you gave it straight back, of course. I don't know. 10p's, that's 2019 10p. You don't want to give away a 2019, that's for certain. Mark my words. 2019 A to Z 10p's are going to be really collectible. Especially if you get one of the really sought after letters like B for Bond, because I don't think people understand how few they're going to be in 2019 anyway. 2018 there's going to be a few more. Well, we already know what the mintage figures is for 2018, but 2019 I think it's going to be well, obviously jointly, because they're all going to be the same mintage, I reckon, but they're going to be way lower than the Kew Gardens figure. Oh, what's happened to that one? Oh, and there's a girl guides or guiding. Not above face value again. Another find. Way more than I did on Tuesday already. Yeah, if you get a 2019 10p, I wouldn't. Oops, I've just torn that one in half. I wouldn't be giving that away to anybody or doing anything with it. I'd be keeping that in a safe vault, in a bank vault or something, or in a safe anyway. Not that they're going to be that valuable straight away, but in a few years' time. Ooh, that's the second one of those, and that one's in way better condition. There's another Team GB. Not in brilliant condition. condition, but in better condition than the first one. We do seem to find quite a few of those Team GBs lately. So I did have a look through these bags actually when the person in the bank gave me them, just to see if I could find it. I couldn't find very much, so I'm finding way more than I thought I was going to find. There's Christopher Ironside. Again, not above face value, but another find. Ooh. And there's another 2017. That's the Peter Rabbit from the Beatrix Potter set. What I should do is I should put all the Beatrix Potter at the end here. Ooh, no, I like these. This is the 2014 Commonwealth Games 50p. That's I think it's Glasgow, isn't it? 2014. I couldn't remember where it was held for a minute. I think these are going to be quite in demand in a couple of years' time. They're not technically above face value at the moment, but I think if you've got a decent one, I think these might actually be worth something. Not much. I'm not saying they're going to be worth hundreds. It's not a Kew Gardens, but I think they might be worth a quid or so. Especially if, of course, there isn't any sporting events going on this year. That would be a bit of a tragedy in an Olympic year. They had to cancel that. Obviously, they just announced today that they're cancelling a load of football in Europe. The Formula 1 Grand Prix, even though yesterday they were saying it was going to go ahead as normal, that's been cancelled. So, Norfolk Queen Hunts has got a few of them. The 10p's are you referring to, I'm guessing? Oh, finally! Thought we were going to go through the whole hunt without finding a Benjamin Bunny. But there's a Benjamin Bunny, 2017. That gives us 3 of the 4. Just looking for a Tom Kitten. Well, I'm not actually looking for it, but if we find it, we'll have the set. There's a dictionary as well. It's the third one of those. We found more dictionaries than we have Benjamin Bunnies. I think Benjamin Bunnies suddenly becoming popular or something because they're keeping them all. People are finding them and keeping them. Although I did see one on eBay listed for about £7,000 or something. I thought, what? I don't think anyone will pay that somehow. Oh dear. No Olympics yet. Again. Oh, there's another Paddington. Paddington at the Tower. So that is 2-1 for Paddington at the Tower, compared with Paddington at the Cathedral. So, are we going to find any more Olympics or anything way above face value? I don't know. I'm getting towards the end now. Oh, another Another 1066, so another Battle of Hastings, not in brilliant condition, but that's slightly above face value. It's the second one of those. Ooh, there's one as well. Benjamin Britten. Too many Benjamins. But there's a Benjamin Britten, a composer. This is probably the only composer we did any music references to when I was at school. I think he, I forget the exact title, but it was a piece for children. I think it was classical music for children. What's it called? I forget the name of it. I wasn't really into classical music, or still isn't really. So I didn't really pay that much attention, unfortunately. But that's Benjamin Britten. Slightly above face value. Christopher doesn't particularly like that one because it's got too much bobbling on it, apparently. I don't see it myself, but apparently it has. Ooh, public libraries. There's that one's not in spectacular condition compared with some of them I see. But for some reason, a lot of these public libraries have really got a lot of sparkle to them, a lot of luster. That one's not such good condition. Wow. Well, it's certainly better than it was on Tuesday, but not spectacularly better. These 50p's. Still got another bag to go. Oh, and I can see one on top there, so we'll look at that one first. There's another Paddington at the Tower. It's the third of those, so it's 3-1 Paddington at the Towers compared with the cathedrals. So we're getting towards the end now. We've got 3 bags to go of this 50p hunt. That's 2019 coins, I think. Yeah, seem to be quite a few of them. Still, I'm still getting bags of 2019 coins coming up. I had to reject some last week because they were 2019 coins. Nothing in there. So, I think Jen must have spent all her money and gone off somewhere to spend some more or something. She was talking about spending money. Ooh, there's another Sherlock hiding out there. So it's the third one, yeah. It's the third one. The Sherlocks. Well, don't look like we're going to find another Olympic, unfortunately. That's the last bag, so let's see what we can find. Maybe nothing, but yeah, it looks like it's nothing. Oh well. never mind. Wasn't a complete waste. We did find an Olympic. It was only canoeing, not weightlifting or wrestling or yodeling. I don't know. Well, I do find that one quite often. My hands are filthy and I think I need to wash them. So give me a few seconds. I shall come back with clean hands and then we can go on and have a look at some £2 coins. I'll just move these over off to the right. We didn't find a Tom Kitten in the end, did we? So never mind. So I'll keep those to one side. I do keep those to the side for the moment. Off the edge, and I'll be right back. Right. Let's have a look. There's not much chat going on today. So it's always confusing when there's not much chat going on because I can't tell if the connection has gone kaput. So anyway, that's the first lot of £2, the first lot of 50p's. Not the most successful hunt ever, but certainly better than Tuesday. And we did find an Olympic, so just need to have a sip of my drink. Talking for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours can be a bit much. Well, it won't be 3 hours I don't think tonight, but talking for a while. Oh, what's happening? Got static on there. So, oh, this is the 5th of March. That's not good. Don't like 5th of March, that was a week ago. Never mind, so we'll go through the £2 next. Snapdragon says still here. Norfolk Coin Hunt says fizzy here. Oh no, that's. I was talking to Americans. Apparently, they don't know what fizzy drink is. Americans. Turns out they don't know what fizzy drink is, which is slightly confusing because it describes exactly what it is. Surely, does it not? I mean, apparently they don't call it fizzy drink in America, so. There we are. There's some £2. hopefully I'll have a bit better luck than the last lot. I've only found a couple of coins, but again these are bags rather than seed bags, so we can never tell what we're likely to find. I'm not even going to bother counting them. I just trust them. Hopefully we'll find something. Hopefully. Good sign in the first bag. Listening and watching football. Football? Who watches football? Duncan Collect says. Well, there's a first find. If it'll focus on it. There's the Paddington, or the Arches at Paddington Station. That's, oh come on, focus. Brunel. Oh, what's wrong with this thing? It's supposed to focus easier on £2 coins. There we are. There's Brunel's achievements, Brunel's Arches. First find. Not a spectacular find by any means, it's not above face value, anyway. So, no, we're not having much luck so far. Usually find one find per bag, and £2 on average. Oops, I'm throwing it on the floor. I didn't think there was going to be any football on. They'd cancelled it all. Well, this isn't very good. Oops. Hoping they haven't searched through, somebody hasn't searched through these as well. Hopefully it's not the ones that I took back on yesterday. I mean, oh, no, there's a £2 coin. That's the Rugby World Cup. Second one of those. I think we found one in the previous hunt. Oh, there's another St Paul's Celebration VE Day. Again, not a spectacular find by any means. Europa League. Just Italian's been cancelled so far. Well, no, that can't be right, because didn't they say that the Spanish league has been cancelled as well, or something? Or perhaps they haven't cancelled it yet. Perhaps they will be cancelling it. Well, there's a. I don't follow football, so I don't really know. I thought I'd seen it on the news, but there's a Act of Union. Not a spectacular one, not above face value, but another VE Day celebration at St Paul's. There's a First World War Army. Put it the right way out. I do like that design, but it's just I never seem to get it up. I always seem to get it upside down. But again, that's not above face value, so. Oh dear, definitely struggling to find something. £2 this week. Oops, static. Oh, there's a Florence Nightingale. And I still haven't figured out what the hands represent. I was going to look at that on Tuesday, and I still haven't done it. That's not above face value though. Oh, there's a Brunel Arches, Brunel's Achievements. Second one of those. Apparently, nobody uses these £2 coins anymore. Speaking to the person at the bank, and they said no, they're always giving them back. That's not looking good going forward. So they were supposed to be issuing a new coin this week. This year. New £2 coin. There's a Act of Union. No, we haven't found one of those. That's the second one we found, I think, but not in this hunt. Another Act of Union. Second one of those we found it. I'm hoping that these not been hunted. At the moment, all signs are that they have been. Oh, there's a Brunel portrait, at least. And the Brunel's Achievements. Let's see what I'll do. Put that next to the Brunel Arches. Keep the Brunels together. I think it's been one of those weeks this week, actually. Very difficult to find anything. And I'm hoping that if people stop going out to shops and stuff, that doesn't mean that they're gonna stop using coins as well, because that would be a bit of a disaster for coin hunters. There's another Army Centenary, First World War. Second of those as well. Brunel Arches. What? Brunel's Arches boring. I think that's the problem, is that well, if you know about Brunel's Great Western Railway, he did bore a few tunnels. If that's what you mean. Don't think it is, but I think. Oh dear. Snapdragon, PGA Tour barring fans from attending the Players' Championship. Yep, a lot this evening I saw on the news. A lot of news about sporting events being cancelled, delayed, and so on. Don't want to sound negative about these things, but you know, it's what's happening. There's another Florence Nightingale. Florence and the Machine. Oh no, sorry, wrong Florence. And there it is. Wow, struggling to find anything decent. No, well, nothing in there. I think these might have been searched, you know, because normally I'll find something by now. In the smaller hunts, you'd expect it, but anyway, there's another Brunel portrait. So 2 of those. I did find that extra coin on Tuesday. A £2 that I'd never found in the hunt before. Not going to give any games away. If you didn't see it, you'll have to watch to find out what one it was. There's a St. Paul's again. Another VE Day celebration. So that's the first one to 3. Oops. Oh, it's the first one to 4. There's another VE Day celebration at St. Paul's. If it'll focus. So that's the 4th of those. Wow. I'm not finding much in this hunt, unfortunately, these £2. Mind you, people aren't using £2, so there's probably the same coins going round and round. Hello, Twisted Fruitcake. Yo! Yo to from Jim. How are we? Twisted Fruitcake. I don't know how we are, but I'm fine. Thanks very much. I'm okay. Anyway, thanks very much for asking. Jim's apparently constipated, which is unfortunate. There we are. There's that slightly put me off now. Jim, stop doing this to me. That's the Guy Fawkes, the Gunpowder Plot. It's the oh no, it's not. We haven't found that one yet in this hunt. I thought we found it in this hunt, but it was the previous hunt. Oh, and there's another. Oh, strange. We don't normally find this many of these. There's another 2016 Army Centenary, First World War. I thought there was something odd about that coin, but it's just the way the light was striking. So we got some 50. Oh, I wasn't looking at the first coin. I wasn't expecting something on the first coin. Another St. Paul's VE Day celebration. It's 5 of those, I think now. Oh dear. Last 3 bags then of this. These haven't taken that long to do at all. I think we might actually finish early today. I thought that was a 2010. Oh, there's a steam locomotive, Trilithic. First one in this hunt. Oh well, I don't think we're going to find much in this hunt. Hopefully that means we're saving up the chances for next week. Oops, I'll throw them on the floor. There's a Rugby World Cup, seen better days. And final bag. Final bag. of this particular hunt is £2, and there isn't anything in there. Surprise, surprise. So that was a bit of a skunk bag. Unfortunately, we didn't really find anything. I think the best on there was it this one? Yeah, there was just the centenary. That's the best condition coin anyway. Even the Florence Nightingale coins weren't that good quality, so that was a bit of a disappointing hunt again. So we can't win them all. Apparently I haven't won any this week when it comes to £2 coins anyway. I think I'm going to stick all those straight back in the bag. You know what, I might, I don't know if anybody saw Saturday's additional stream last week. I might see if I can get some coins for the weekend. Do a mini hunt, a 50p and £2 coin hunt. But we'll have to wait and see. See if I can get them at short notice. Twisted fruitcakes, forget I asked then. How are we? Oh, I forgot you asked. Sorry, Twisted Fruitcake. No, we're fine. Thanks very much. I don't know about everybody else. I think they're all watching football or something. But Jim says, share and share alike. It's a weight off my mind. Well, if you're sharing shares, that's a paper weight off your mind, at least. I don't know. It's been a long week and I still haven't finished. So I don't need to wash my hands now. This is going to be the best bag of the hunt. The final bag of 50p's. These are sealed, but we know what sealed bags usually for me. Not that much good luck normally, but who knows? We might find something. Snapdragon says, no, watching you, Coin Pig. Well, why would you do that, Snapdragon? Cheltenham Racing, I bet. Cheltenham Racing, I bet, says Twisted Fruitcake. Doop. Yes, I think Cheltenham Racing may have finished for the day though. Just slightly past its last race, I think, maybe. Although I don't understand why Cheltenham Races. Can you explain to me why Cheltenham Races have a massive great meeting? The biggest, apparently, it's the biggest race meeting in the world. Apparently, I don't know. Is it? It's right in the middle of the week when everybody's supposed to be working. It's before the clocks go back or go forward. So it's pitch black at 6 o'clock. Well, near enough. And the weather's terrible this time of the year normally. Can you explain why do they have it outdoors in the UK in the middle of winter? Well, the end of winter technically, and in the middle of the week. What? Why? And it nearly got called off, of course, didn't it, this year as well? But I think they got away with it just by the skin of their teeth. Don't really watch racing or horse racing of any kind, really, but I know it's popular. Although, from what I see, most people that go to the racing don't actually watch the racing. It's been a long 48 years. It feels like 48 years, says Jimbone. Don't like football. Do like rugby. Rugby tennis. I don't know about rugby tennis. How do they do that then? Do they score a try? How do they score a try? If they're using, I don't understand. You'll have to explain, Snapdragon. Right, should we open this bag then? Hope against all hope that we've got at least half a dozen Olympics, a few Kew Gardens, and I don't know, an Isaac Newton, Jemima Puddle, something like that. Just to make up for the lack of finals recently. So I keep forgetting to tell you to mind your ears when I open the bag. So mind your ears, sorry about that. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. There we are. Correct number of bags. Twisted Fruitcake says, haha. No horses have yet to be diagnosed with coronavirus, so safe to race, apparently, according to Jim. I wouldn't trust Jim, but apparently that's what he says. So I'll have to believe him, given no expert evidence elsewhere. Duncan collects, surely it turns from a try to a success. I don't know. You gotta love that though, haven't you? Snapdragon, I like rugby and tennis. Well, I like rugby and tennis as well. I've just never heard of rugby tennis. That's the problem. Oh dear. Help! I need help. Anybody help? Right, should we open the first bag? Get this started. We might actually finish before 10 o'clock tonight. I think. It would have been a lot, way longer, because I was anticipating getting an extra 2 bags, so we wouldn't have done had we have got the extra 2 bags. But anyway, let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, there's something straight away in the first bag. We've got a Team GB 2016. Not yet, unfortunately, above face value. I think there's about 5 million of these out there. You know, I used to know all the mintage figures, now I seem to have forgotten them all. I think it's old age creeping up on me again. Don't seem to have the memory I used to. Yeah, so I don't know what the mintage figure is. I seem to have forgotten what it is. Right. Second bag. Well, that hasn't really helped. That hasn't really helped. Second bag. Nothing again. I think I'm going to have to change my banks, you know. I think I'm going to have change of banks, because just lately, oh, there's a find. There's a Paddington at the station. Not, which, well, not the best find, but I still do keep them. Well, the best ones I keep anyway. Ooh, what year is that? 2019. Get that cartwheel shine to. Oh, look, we did have that one last time. There's Tom Kitten. Actually, he looks quite menacing in that shot. The way the light's striking in his eyes. There's Tom Kitten. First of the, I'll put him over here. First of the 2017s. Filthy one. What? Who's been typing? All of a sudden, loads of chats come up. Jim Bones says, Coinpig, have you had your Sonatogen? No, I haven't. Not yet. That's just before bedtime, I think. Have that with my cocoa or Horlicks. Cheltenham Festival takes place over 4 days in the middle of March. Each of the days features 7 races totaling 28. Racing begins on a Tuesday, known as Champion Day, day 1 of the action. Yes, it's now Thursday though, and they're still doing it. This then develops into Wednesday, Ladies' Day. I'm not sure why they call it Ladies' Day either. I know why they call it Ladies' Day, but isn't that going against the PC thing these days, having a day specifically for ladies? I don't know. Thursday, St Patrick's Day. Well, they cancelled St Patrick's Day today, didn't they? The Irish, the Americans, or whoever it was, some of them. And Friday, the finale of the action in the form of the Gold Cup. An answer to one. Well, it wasn't an answer to one of my questions, to be honest, but because my questions was why, not what. But yes, thanks very much for that information, Twisted Fruitcake. You may have to get a business account. I may do indeed. In fact, I probably will have to. The problem is now, of course, with the situation as it is it worth getting a business account just yet? I don't know. Apparently the stock market crashed today. The worst since the financial crash, if not even worse than the financial crash, apparently. If that carries on, who knows, we might not even have a country. Looking on the bright side of things. Although different dates this year, obviously. Different dates? I prefer figs. Oh, you mean for Cheltenham? Right, I understand that. Hats. Yes. Ooh, first coin. About time we had a Benjamin Bunny. You realise that's only the second Benjamin Bunny I've found today. Oh, and the dictionary. Why doesn't it focus on the dictionary? On the phobia. There it is. Not very good coin, but condition-wise, I mean. Still yet to find one above face value. Nope, still yet to find one above face value. There's a Victoria Cross, the medals. If it'll focus. Thanks very much. Can half take a time, isn't it? It's actually not in bad condition, but not the best coin to find. What have I missed? Yeah, it was lol. You asked why it started in the middle of the week. Well, yes, why? You didn't say why. You didn't answer the question why. You just said it did. Anyway, thanks for your time and effort, Twisted Fruitcake. Last £2,000 of 50p's I've looked through. I've only found 2 Olympic coins. £2,000? Yeah. That's not a good ratio of finds either. That's, what's that, 8 bags, isn't it? Yeah, I think I found more than that in my last £2,000, but last hunt on Tuesday was pretty awful. Was it last week? Yeah, last week I found a few Olympics. I think I found the same one as I found in the previous hunt in canoeing. I still haven't found a wrestling or I found a football, weirdly. What's the other one I haven't found? I forget what the other one is now. But definitely a wrestling. I haven't found one of those in a long time. It's about time I found one, really. I noticed a few people have found them actually lately. Oh, there's another dictionary there. Thought that was going to be wrestling. Oh, there's a Peter Rabbit from 2017. So that's, ooh, we're just missing Mr. Jeremy Fisher in this hunt. Ooh, what's happened to that one? Ooh, I missed a couple of comments. Snapdragon says Birmingham at St. Patrick's Day still going on. Oh, Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham, UK. I'm guessing you mean Birmingham, UK. Yeah, no doubt. But they cancelled it in America, in New York, I think. Don't they have a St. Patrick's Day parade normally in New York? I think that's why Leo Varadkar was in America to attend the celebrations, and apparently they cancelled it. So he went there for nothing. Well, he went there for something, but it didn't happen. Come on, focus. There's a Paddington at the tower, at the White Tower. Did I find? No, I didn't find any Paddingtons yet. 2019. Well, not finding any Olympics yet, are we? Jerry Mack, hello Jerry Mack. Brexit was always going to be a disaster. People starved in World War II. What? I miss the connection somehow, I think. Meant St. Patrick's Day, Snapdragon says. The 2 Olympic finds were triathlon and wheelchair rugby. Well, well, triathlon's a good find, Twisted Fruitcake. That's a really good find. They're not that common. Birmingham, UK. Yes, I did understand. I think I did understand it was Birmingham, UK, Dragon. But yes, I'm not going to find a Brexit coin for a while. Someone paid in £2,000, so they're not ordering them. Oh. Well, I don't know. I haven't found a Brexit coin in a hunt yet, which is slightly weird because there were going to be. I think there was supposed to be 3 million of them released initially, and it's been what, 6 weeks now. So I'm surprised that there haven't been, 1 or 2 found. Or I haven't found 1 or 2, I should say. Usually it's about 6 weeks. I'll say that now, and then of course next week I'll get a sealed bag of them or something. Twisted fruitcake, saw that. Well, Dublin in Ireland cancelled. Dublin in Ireland cancelled what? They cancelled Dublin in Ireland. What? Jim says no ban will stop the Irish from getting. I think that should say drunk. Lol. Right. Let's speed up, otherwise we won't get finished by 10. Oh, there's a People Act. Representation of the People. 2018. You don't find that many of these, considering. No, I don't at the moment. Not above face value, so nothing to get too excited about. Nothing else in there. St Patrick's Day in Ireland, says Snapdragon. Oh right, that's what they cancelled. Are there any non-Olympic 50p's you need, says Twisted Fruitcake? Well, I need all of them, several times over. Nothing specific, but yeah. Obviously a Kew Gardens would be nice. Oh, there's another. If it'll focus on it. Focus. Another Victoria Cross the Medals. Haven't found many of those recently, actually. It's usually been the heroic. Oops! Oh dear, what am I doing? Throwing coins across the table. Oh. And there's a girl guiding. A common one again. Haven't found any spectacular finds yet, have we? Slightly disappointing again. Finding Olympics would help. Well, that'll do. Can't find an Olympic, find a dictionary. Samuel Johnson's dictionary. Coin, anyway. I think they're rationing the fines these days. Is that 2019? Yes. Quite a lot. Oh, there's a couple actually. There's a Sherlock Holmes 50p. I was just saying we don't find very many of those, and then since I said that, we found quite a few. And then Christopher Ironside. Again, not above face value yet. We don't know what the mintage. I should put that down there. We don't know what the mintage is for the Sherlock as yet. Hopefully we'll know before the end of October. Who'd thought we'd know the mintage figures of 2019 coins before the Bond film comes out? Jim says it would be great if alcohol is the only cure for the coronavirus. Don't think that'll work though somehow. Ooh, what was I just saying? Victoria Cross, Heroic Axe. If it'll focus on it. No, apparently not. It's not going to focus on it. Ooh. I'll stretch my legs. There we are. I know you've all seen it before, but you know. I was going to put that there, so if I move that one over, move that over there. Actually, what's going on here? Musical coins there. So, not had much success so far. No Olympics. Well, there we are. Success. Benjamin Bunny, number 2. If it'll focus, come on. There we are. Benjamin Bunny, number 2. Third, I think that is, of the night. So surprisingly quite low numbers. Come on. Coin won't come out of the bag. Well, gone into a bit of a slow period here. Oh, nothing at all in that one. I think I'm definitely going to have to change my bank. Oh, alright. I thought that was a 2008. Well, it was a 2008, but it was a shield, so it doesn't really count. Well, this week's turning a bit pear-shaped in terms of hunts. Hopefully saying that will throw something at me. That chart, he says. Oh, there's a Peter Rabbit. That's better than nothing. Not much better than nothing, but it's a Peter Rabbit from 2016. That's just above face value, apparently. But that's the only one above face value so far. Hardly much above it, but it is above face value apparently. Ooh, there's a public libraries. That's that is the only one. I thought we did find one earlier, but not in this hunt. In this bag. Wow. I don't like sealed bags. I've always said I don't like sealed bags. Bearing in mind, of course, both Kew Gardens and quite a few of the Olympic mega finds I found have been not in sealed bags, but in people's dump collections. You can't get that happen really in sealed bags, so. Oh, there's a Paddington at the Palace. And I don't know whether this is an error coin or a what. There's an extra bit on these coins apparently. I don't know if that's got one. I can't see. I can never see. Apparently he's got an extra bit on his hat as well. Is that one? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I'm pretty certain I've still yet to find one. Oh well. Never mind. When does the new Peter Rabbit 50p come out? Says Twisted Fruitcake. I don't know if there is another 50p to come out, Twisted Fruitcake. I've heard rumours and stuff, but I haven't seen any official announcements or any anything like that. But then they could be doing it surreptitiously, bringing it out and then announcing it. I don't know. There's a few people have said that there is going to be another one, but I don't see the need, to be honest. They've had a lot of these childhood characters recently, and each one has become less and less desirable, apparently. Obviously, the Royal Mint didn't release one, but they had the Rupert Bear coins this week, and apparently they can't give them away. Well, they can give them away, but there's not been that much demand for them, apparently. Another dictionary. Finding dictionaries galore tonight. That's about it. Wow, this is really disappointing again. I think somebody was right. Who was it? Jim saying that there's a Christopher Ironside. Second one of those. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, finally found something worth finding. There's the NHS 50th anniversary coin from 2007. Oh no, sorry, not from 2007. From 90. Was it 98? And that I always get the year wrong on these. Yeah, 98. Because I know the Act was passed in 47, but the NHS didn't come into existence until 48, which always confuses me. But anyway, there's an NHS. It's not in the best condition. I've had better condition NHS coins, but I'm not going to complain too much because it's the first find we've had of any significance anyway recently. Jim says, I don't like sprouts. Oh, well, don't have sprouts on. I don't know what that was all about. Sorry about that, Jim. I lost the context, probably. It's quite an obvious error on the Paddington. You'll know when you see it. Yeah, well, I haven't seen it. That's the problem, Duncan collects. I don't know. You never know if you've seen something until you've seen it. And I haven't seen it, which is weird because I've seen a lot of coins, but I haven't found it. Or if I haven't noticed. But thanks for that. I've no interest in Peter Rabbit, never mind Rupert the Bear, says Duncan Collects. No, I've not that much interest in Rupert the Bear either. Peter Rabbit, only because they're in circulation, to be honest. Jerry Mack says they're releasing far too much. Well, it's not all the Royal Mint, of course, that are releasing it, and obviously the Royal Mint don't always decide to release coins. It's down to the Treasury. Well, in fact, they never decide. It's always down to the Treasury. But obviously they have their own ideas. Twisted Fruitcake, nice one. Yes, nice as Jerry Mack. Yeah, NHS. Finally we found a decent find. It's not a Kew Gardens, obviously, but you know, I'm not going to complain too much. Just complain about the time it's taken to find it. Oops. I haven't found that's another one I haven't found recently, is a suffragettes. I was finding quite a few of those for a while, and then they've suddenly stopped being found. Oops. Where's the... Can't get into the bag. I just haven't got the little tear bit in them. Oops. Wow. Oh, there's a Peter Rabbit. There's a tail of Peter Rabbit. In 2017. That's the second one of those. We still haven't found a Jeremy Fisher though. You know what? They're getting more and more difficult to find those 2017s, you know. They'll be above face value soon, I reckon, at this rate. Oh, there's a People Act. Representation of the People Act in 2018. The second one of those, I think. Yep. Jerry Mack says, watch Bungle as he points it out with his sticky stick. Yeah, I watched Jerry Mack, but the problem is my eyesight's not very good, and quite often I'll watch on my phone, which doesn't help, to be honest. If I'm watching on my phone, it's so small the image, it's difficult to tell what's going on. Oops. But I have seen it. I have seen it on other people's streams, apparently. Is it Caledonian Coins or Coin Cupboard have pointed it out several times. So. Oh, and there's another Tail of Peter Rabbit. All of a sudden. 2017 Fest. Oh. This is a bit of a struggle lately, finding coins. We're down to the last few bags here, you know. Last 5 bags, is it? 6 bags? Something like that. I meant releasing far too much, not intended for circulation. Yeah. I don't... the problem is, of course, if they're not releasing it for circulation, which isn't up to them, then they have to make their money somehow. And unfortunately, coins is how they make their money normally. So the Royal Mint do have to release coins. The problem is, as I've mentioned a couple of times, is that it's about because what they're trying to do, and I understand what they're trying to do, but I don't think it'll work. They're trying to encourage younger people to collect coins, and while they're like 7, 8, 9, whatever, 10, then that probably works. But by the time they come to get to 13, 14, 15, 16, then a lot of them aren't collecting coins because they like collecting coins. They might be collecting because they can sell them to their mates or whatever. But that sort of collecting or using coins is what they should be doing, is encouraging young people to use coins more often. And I don't think that's actually being helped by the banks, because they're trying everything they can possibly do to stop people using coins, including charging people like me to get coins out of their account, essentially. Alan Newton says NHS is 5,001,000. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to the with their mintage figures lately. They used to have like odd numbers, you know, like 5,001,273 or something. But I've noticed that in the last few years they haven't even done that. And I don't know whether it's because they can computer control them exactly to the million. I'm suspecting that actually that's not the case, and they're rounding them up or down to the nearest, I don't know, 500 or something. But yeah, I don't know why it was. Obviously, this was a few years ago now, the NHS one, but 5,001,000, I don't know. They probably should have got 5 million, and somebody forgot to stop the counter or whatever. I don't know. Nice coin, the suffragette, says Snapdragon. Yeah, it's a nice coin. I haven't found very many of them lately though. Marcin K coins and silver. Ah, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Not that you're tuning anything, of course, these days, but I think you understand that. Thanks for turning up, watching. You're just about to see the last few bags. Just about to see an Olympic being found. Hopefully. Well, a Sherlock at least. So there's the 2019 Sherlock again. How many have we found of those? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, 2. I thought we found more than that. Yes, hasn't been the most successful hunt, this one, despite being sealed bags yet again. Jim says, never understood why 2017 Potter's so highly minted compared to 2018. Well, I think they may have made a mistake. The problem is, I've noticed with the coin mintage figures, this one year they'll have a massive amount. I mean, it's happened again with the 2019 shields, isn't it? Of course, I think there's going to be quite a lot of those minted, and yet in 2018 virtually no coins were minted at all. So I can't open the bag. What's going on? Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to cut the bag to open it. It doesn't tear the first time, and it just stretches. Oh dear. Well, this isn't what was supposed to have happened today. Supposed to have found a Kew Gardens today. That doesn't look like happening. Buy a magnifying. I've got a magnifying glass, Jerry Mac. The problem is, I have to put my glasses on to see these days. Oops. It's never ending, isn't it, when you get old? Oh no, not again. Well, I was asking for some finds, and we seem to have found quite a few of these. Come on, focus. There we are. There's a 1066 Battle of Hastings coin again. Had quite a few of those today. Was that 3 now? Previous hunt we found 2, and this one we found 1 so far. Wow. Last couple of bags then. Snapdragon says, Jerry Mac thinks they are lovely. Yes. Those 2017 Shield Tempes are nightmare too. Tempes? Oh. Had to find another Benjamin Bunny, didn't we? Can't go too long without finding one of those, although we've only found 3 so far today. Oh, and another public libraries. Second one of those. I think it's these 2019 shields, you know. I think that's what's happened. Oh, there's a Paddington. Paddington at the palace. I mean, at the cathedral. That's what Christopher used to get mixed up with the two. Paddington at the cathedral. Did we find one? No, we didn't. Oh, right. In that case, I don't think we're going to find one of those now, so we'll put that there. So 1 each in the Paddington at the palace, and Paddington at the cathedral, and Paddington at the tower race. That's it. 1 bag to go. So if we're going to find this Kew Gardens, it's going to have to be in this bag. Never-ending blabber problems when you get old. Apparently, from Jim. I don't blabber. Oh, bladder. Oh dear. I think that was TMI. Well, this is the last bag, so if we're going to find anything decent, it's going to have to be in these last few coins. Doesn't look that promising. Last coin, no, nothing. Well, this week has not been the best week for coin hunts, unfortunately, from my point of view. The best coin, I think, the best coin in that hunt is going to be the NHS, I think. Carrick collects. Hi. You're a bit late, unfortunately, because we're just about to finish now, but hi anyway. So we didn't have that successful a hunt today, unfortunately, and that seems to be a theme going through all the hunts this week. So I don't know. What did we find? Well, we found an Olympic, and we did find 1 decent £2 coin. So we found a couple of decent coins in the 50p's, a couple in the £2, but that's not that much. That's not that good a strike rate when you're searching through that many coins. Because what did we go through? We went through 1,280 pounds tonight. and we really only found, I don't know, four decent finds, 5 decent finds. Well, we don't know about the Paddingtons, of course, from 2019. We don't know about Sherlock's from 2019, but I'm suspecting they're not going to be that sought after, based on the number that we do find. But who knows? It could all be slightly confusing when they issue the mintage figures. Anyway, it's before 9 o'clock. I did say hopefully we'll finish before 9 o'clock, and we apparently have, just about. It did take longer than anticipated to go through those 50s though. It took about 45 minutes. So, whose comment did I miss in the chat? If you've got any comments, any promos and things to go to put in the chat, now's the time to do it before we close. Any questions, any suggestions, polite suggestions, anything like that. I'm hopefully going to do things differently next week. I said that last week, but what with one thing or another, it wasn't possible. The problem is, of course, we don't know what's going on with this virus thing, and we don't know what that's going to, because in Italy, they've closed all the banks, all the shops, well, apart from the odd pharmacy and the odd corner shop, apparently. So we don't know, and the Prime Minister today, Boris, was saying that we're about 4 weeks behind Italy, which isn't a good thing, because if we're going to have all this in 4 weeks, that will be a bit of a pain to get coins to do hunts for, I think. I've forgotten what I'd said now. Jerry Mack, the eyesight failing is a nightmare. Yes, that's a good point. It's a nightmare. Alan Newton, out of £250 bag of 50p's, I found 146 1997 Britannias and 76 2019 Shields. That's about right. If you will take into account the difference in age, 76 was probably about double, so you're thinking about well, maybe 46. No, it's slightly less than that. It's probably about 38 or something, I don't know. Because obviously you find more coins straight away. So yeah, 38. So what's that? 40. We'll round it up to 40 to make the maths easier. So that's about. So perhaps they aren't going to be as. It's a big if, but if you take those figures that Alan has just given us and multiply them out across the country, then the 2019 Shields will probably be about 20 million. Oh no. Oh well, never mind. Not bad hunt, Coin Pig. Peter Rabbit 2016 and NHS, not bad. Well, could have been a lot better. I do like the Battle of Hastings, but apparently the Battle of Hastings isn't as sought after these days as it was. I don't know whether it's because it appeared in the 50 years of the 50p sets. Apparently since then it's not been as sought after. I'm hoping that doesn't mean that people aren't going to even bother collecting them now. Twisted Fruitcake said, you should get a coin checklist to show what you need for every live stream. Well, I need everything in each live stream. I don't think it really matters what I need. It's what I find that really counts, isn't it? But yeah, I should probably put them in books or have a checklist or something to say what we found. Something, but the trouble is I can't really show that to you because the way it's set up, I can only really show coins because I've had to move this. As you can probably see, it shouldn't be like this, but I've had to move my camera slightly higher to get more angle on the coins and stuff. But that's slightly annoying because it means that it's at the wrong angle for me. Anyway, never mind. I'll sort something out one day. Pet call out, says Jerry Mac. Right, okay. Well, I don't have any pets. The neighbour's pets, maybe. Trouble is, the neighbour's pets they're too old. They don't actually go outside very much these days. Snapdragon says, there's always next week. Love the stream. Thanks so much for that, Snapdragon. Yeah, it could have been better, and hopefully next week will be, but yeah, I'm not going to guarantee anything after the last week. We didn't have a really good hunt on Tuesday. One really good find on Tuesday. One £2 good find today, so that's about equal. And one Olympic. So yeah, okay, could have been better though. Yeah, so 1997 Britannia was 456,364,100. See what I mean about the 100? You don't see that on most of the modern coins. Yeah, so, and obviously some of those have come out of circulation or been lost or destroyed or whatever. There's probably about 430 million actually circulating of those coins, I would have said, bearing in mind it's what, 23 years now. Carrot Collect says, never mind stocking up on toilet roll, get stocking up on enough coins for 2 weeks isolation. Yeah, that's the problem, but I can't afford to get 2 weeks worth. Not the way I do them anyway. Because that's two broadcasts per week at what, £1,500, say, a hunt. That's £6 grand. That's quite a lot of coins. I saw movement out of the corner of my eye for a minute. It's just the TV. What have I missed? Did I miss something? Alan Newton says, someone broke into my house and left the coin collection and nicked my toilet rolls. Well, I'm having a slight issue trying to find any, actually, to be honest. There's not very many around. Not when I go to the shops, anyway. Luckily, I've got a few weeks worth, but yeah, if I have to self-isolate for 2 weeks or more, I might need a few. Thanks very much anyway, everybody, for turning up and for tuning in. I apologise again for this lack of finds this week, but you know, what can you do? Do your best. Found an Olympic, found a NHS, found a couple of £2 coins that were worth finding, and hopefully we'll do it all next week. Can't promise anything, but thanks for, I say the words, thanks everybody for tuning in anyway, and hopefully we'll do it all again next week. Take care, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye then. Thanks, everybody. Doop. Twisted Fruitcake, goodbye. Twisted Fruitcake, goodbye. Jerry Mack, Alan Newton, goodbye. Carrot Collects, goodbye. Snapdragon, goodbye. Anybody else I've forgotten that's still here? I think everybody else seemed to have left. Jim may have left, I think, but goodbye anyway. Duncan Collects, I think he's left now. Goodbye, Duncan. I'll see you all next week, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have better luck with the stream next week.